Alright guys, so down at Madman Mechanics, I've been set this crazy task today to get an R1 SuperQuad built in 24 hours. Alright guys, so you're probably sat there wondering, why has this quad got to be finished in 24 hours? Okay, so the job is for an NFL player we've got in America, and he needs the quad for an occasion next week. So with that being said and done, I've got all the parts ready to go on the bike. I just need to have the bike built, rolling and ready to be shipped out in 24 hours. So let's go. Right guys, so you know we're a quad shop. We do actually keep a lot of stock on the shelves ready to go, and we do normally have a lot of engines in stock ready for our builds. Unfortunately for the engine this guy wanted, I didn't have an engine in stock, so I've had to go out and get this 2019 fully loaded R1 bike ready for the build. Alright guys, so the first job, get the bike stripped, and that's it. Engine and running gears all out, ready to go in the quad. With that being said, anything you wanted off that bike, we've now got loads of parts in stock. Hit me up in the DMs. Okay, so like I said before, yeah, the bike has got to be done, rolling, ready to leave the garage in 24 hours. You're probably thinking, wow, how is that even achievable? Well, the last week, me and the team have actually known about this, so we've been getting all the bits ready to go on the bike. As you can see, we've got them all built up, laid out here. It's the actual build and getting the bike done, rolling. It's got to happen in the 24 hours. Okay guys, so like I said, all the other bits are ready to do the build. We now move on to the frame. The frame is sitting on the bench now, ready to accept the engine. Now, all our SuperQuad builds start life as a Raptor 700, so we go ahead and fabricate the whole frame to accept the engine that we're using. So, on this build, we are using an R1 engine. The frame has all been fabricated and TIG welded, ready to accept it. So, as you can see, we've gone ahead and powder coated this one in a gold colour. So obviously the reason behind the colours is this is the NFL player's team colours that he plays in. Okay, so the first step of this build, and probably one of the most daunting now, is to get the engine sat in this frame. Got to be very careful, can't be scratching nothing, it's all got to be meticulously done. So you're probably also thinking, that guy ain't getting that bike built on his own in 24 hours. That's right, I've got a sick team behind me, and together now we're going to get this bike done in 24 hours. Let's go. Okay, so as you can see, we've now got the engine into the frame, oil cooler mounted. Wasn't too much of a problem, it all went in pretty well. Happy with how it's turned out. Now we're going to move on to putting the hardware on the bike now. A-arms, axle, stuff like that. Okay, next thing to go on is we're going to put the A-arms onto the bike. So obviously with a bike of this build, we need to be thinking about stability on the road. So we are using our Madman Mechanics +2 A-arms, and the customer's gone for a satin black finish this time. So yeah, on with these now. front end's all on. We've done the +2 A-arms. We've now put the knuckles on and we're ready to put the hubs in place now. We've upgraded all the bearings. Obviously these bikes are hitting some serious speeds, so we want to put upgraded bearings in. Gone ahead and done that. Next job is we picked out some nice wavy discs and we're just going to go ahead and put them on now. So as you can see people, the basic front end structure is now complete. We've got the steering column in, it's all bolted up, greased up. We've got the A-arms in place along with the knuckles and the hubs. All the bearings have been done and yeah, everything's torqued up. So that's the front end basically done and we'll move on to putting the swing arm and that on now. We've already got this built up, ready to go. Makes it a bit simpler. We've gone ahead and put new end caps on and stuff. We'll get this in place. And then we'll go ahead and put the axle carrier in and stuff like that, get the chain on. So next job now, the swing arm's on. We're looking to get the axle in place now. So again, with the type of build we're doing, we need to think about stability on the road. So we've gone for a +2 axle, powder coated all up in the team colours. We've got the sprocket all in place and now we're just going to pass it through the carrier, which is why I've taped it up now. I just want to prevent it getting damaged. Right, so that's it, we've got the axle in place now. We've gone for a +2 axle on this bike. Again, like I said at the front, we need to think about stability on the road. So yeah, +2 axles in place. We'll go ahead now, run the chain, and then on to the next bit. Alright, front shock's ready to go on now. So powder coated the spring in the team colour and this one's all built up ready to go on. The other ones are over there getting built up by Adam. Yeah, we'll get these put on now and on to the next bit. Alright guys, that's the back end all done now. We've got the rear shock in place. We've got the swing arm on with the +2 axle. All the hubs are mounted, everything's tightened up. We've got the ABS ring in place, new wavy disc. We've got the uprated O-ring chain. Now the next job is going to be on to mounting the rear subframe, and then we'll go ahead and start thinking about running the loom. Guys, so we've got the loom all in place now on the bike. It's gone pretty well. Next job will be to get the switch gear mounted on the handlebars. As you can see, we've got the fat bars up there as well. So we'll get the switch gear mounted. We'll then get the radiator and the fan, get all them bits plugged in at the front, and then on to the next bits. We're about halfway through the day now. Definitely going to be here till the early hours, man. But yeah, we just keep moving. Alright, so another job I need to get done is I need to get the calipers powder coated white. Lucky enough to have everything on site here at Madman, so I've got the rear caliper here ready to go in the oven. Front one's already done, so yeah. So the loom's pretty much run now. As you can see, it's no easy feat to get this loom done. Now we've got to come up with a way of adapting and moving this loom into a place now where it's appropriately, so we can then get the radiator and the fan in position. Alright guys, so that's our back end all built up now. We've got the caliper in place, and as you just saw, we've got a custom made ABS ring that we mount onto the original disc carrier. Once that's done, we then go ahead and we make a bracket up. That then bolts onto the bottom of the swing arm with the OEM sensors to go into these holes, and then that's what gives us an accurate reading up on the speedo. Okay guys, so the loom's all done now up the front, it's all tucked away nicely. We've got the radiator in position, fans are on, it's all been checked. We've got the lights all working now, on, indicators are on and working. We're looking good. On to the next bit, we're going to get the wheels on now, get it on the floor, and then we'll put the exhaust on, and then we'll do the first start up. Alright guys, so now on to building up the wheels. Done 3 already, I'm just going to get this one done now. So these are our Madman Mechanics B-block wheels that we use. We've gone ahead and done the ring in the white to match the team colours. The actual main wheel's been done red, gold bolts. And then what we do is we go ahead and we pair that up with our gold speed rated tyres. These are a really good combination for these type of builds. You want to be having a decent set of tyres on your quad if you're going for a big engine. but we're looking good. We've got all the wheels on. We're going to get it on the floor now, do the exhaust, fluids, and it'll be ready for its first start up. Okay guys, so the exhaust is all bolted onto the quad now. We used the OEM titanium headers on this build, and then the rest of the exhaust is fabricated in-house. Joe's done that. We then couple that up with the Aquapovit end can, and then we also do Cerakote in-house. So that's been done to this exhaust as well. We're going to drop it on the floor, add some fluids, and then we're ready for the first start-up. Okay guys, so I'm at that part now where I'm ready to apply the graphics to the plastics. I've worked very closely with the NFL player to make sure they are what he wants. Got his team colours on there, as you can see, which is matching up with the bike. It's all starting to make sense. I'm going to be working very late into the night to make sure this is done. Let's go. Alright guys, it's pitch black outside, late in the evening. But I think we're there. We're all topped up with the fluids. I'm ready to do the first start. Let's see what happens. I've got all faith. We're there. Right guys, you've heard the first start up. I'm fully happy with that. I'm going to get the plastics on now, do our usual checks on the dyno. Then we'll go out and do a road test. And then it's ready, we'll put her in a van, over to ship. Alright guys, so as you can see it's the following morning now. We worked well into the night and we got it done. The graphics are all done, polished the plastics. The final touch now is to put the seat on, and then we're going to put it on the dyno for a bit of testing. And I'll go out on a road test and we're there. I think we've done it. Right guys, so the bike's now strapped down on the dyno. We're going to do a little bit of testing and then we'll go out on a road test. guys, so that's the dyno session all done. The bike's had a good shakedown on a dyno, and I'm now going to take it out on a road test as well. Let's go. Right, so that's it, road test all done. I'm very happy with how it rode, everything's sweet as. So I'm gonna get it in, give it a quick courtesy wash, load it in the van, and we'll take it to be shipped. Happy days.